Let's discuss.
Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another reaction video, and today I will be checking out a new track from Darko that features Taylor from Left to Suffer, so I'm very excited. I was stoked when I saw this feature coming up. The track is called Anna, and I've done a decent amount of Darko on the channel. I didn't do their most recent track, I don't think, but otherwise we've done a lot of Darko. So as always, this is mixed by Matt Thomas, who is Ashtone Audio. I am expecting a heavy track. We know that Taylor has clean vocal ability, very, very nice clean vocal ability, but with Darko and Taylor, I'm expecting something heavy, I feel, but you never know. So that's just what I think. I'm very stoked either way. I will link all of Darko's social media, Matt Thomas / Ashtone Audio, in the description, as well as the video I'll be checking out in this reaction. Other than that, I'm going to stop talking and we are going to get straight into it. That's very on brand for Darko.
Can only forgive you.
Very cool video. Darko, Anna featuring Taylor Barber. Let's discuss. So on the closer of Left to Suffer, on Death, we got Tom Barber feature. It's a very Left to Suffer song. It feels, but you know, Tom's feature does feel like, it felt like with that EP, they worked their features in really well to allow the vocalists to kind of show their style. Like, you know, the Lockie feature for sure shows that. I felt like Tom's was the same. Ryo as well. That's probably the one I listened to the least of the features. The Tom and Lockie features were for me. Anyway, we were talking about Darko. So with this, it definitely feels the same way. Like, it feels very Darko, but like that who and everything in the song, it also feels like it's incorporated to like let Taylor have his style as well. And then it's, you know, what do you want me to say otherwise? It's got Darko chaos, like the absolute chaos, but that who really stuck out to me. And I know it shouldn't be like the first thing that I go to mention after hearing a song like this, but for some reason it just like sat so well for me. I wasn't expecting it, and so like just to hear it, and then, you know, with Left to Suffer's discography and everything, it was perfect. So beyond that, the way that it sort of like transitioned into that part too, it almost like opens up for a brief second, which with Darko, other than Come Home, of course, that felt, you know, that's a great example too of opening up your style so that the vocalist that you're featuring fits well for you, because there are some features where it does feel like it's just tossed in, like, who should we get to do this part that we already wrote for the song we already wrote. And then some songs feel like, you know, they've done little things that incorporate the whole vocalist and a little bit beyond just the vocalist too, like the who is kind of like Left to Suffer feeling and such, so it ties into that whole thing. I like that a lot. So beyond that though, their vocals together, you know, it's just something that we've got on Left to Suffer. Now we have this Darko track, and they both feel very different because they each feel like a track from their own band that incorporated well the other vocalist. Beyond that, the instrumentals, obviously crazy. And then with this is probably my favorite track in terms of like the drumming. I don't know why, like straight from that intro, it was going for me. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't overall enjoy the drumming with Darko. That's not the case. But this one was hitting for me. And then you also have the chaos that you're looking for from Darko. So this is going to be one of, I'm not doing a ton of Darko listening lately. I've had a lot of different stuff on my repeat playlist, but I have been kind of going back to Come Home a little bit more and more, and now with this track, I'll probably use the two of those because they're very different for this band. So, I mean, with Darko, Donna, too, when we did the album, that was unexpected for me, and it was a huge song. So, you know, I'm excited for another Darko album for sure. I think some of their tracks stick with me a lot more than some of the others do. This will be one of those that definitely stick with me. So, it's a lot of chaos, a great feature. I'm excited. Great mix, of course, with Ashtone. It's got to be interesting to get something this chaotic and, you know, have it sound the way that they're wanting it to sound. So I will link everything in the description, of course. These are my first thoughts after hearing it. It won't be my most played song or anything, and I think that is the case when it comes to stuff that is so chaotic. There's not really many songs you all have seen me react to on the channel that are super chaotic in that sense, that I put heavily on repeat. So for this style, I will be listening to it as much as one does for enjoying it. I really liked it. So I'm excited for whatever they'll be doing next. The video and everything will be in the description. Other than that, you can also find my link tree in the description as always, which will have the invite for the Discord server. The Discord server has a bunch of really kind people in there. We've got a community that's sort of busy. We've got channels for music-related discussion unrelated to music like pets and games and such as well. So if you're interested in coming to join, check that out. That will be there, as well as my Instagram profile link. On Instagram, I do post all music-related content. I post a chart every Friday of what I've listened to the most over the course of that week. Singles, albums, EPs, whatever that week looked like for me. Merch, I have a never-ending merch collection. Shirts, sweatshirts, vinyl, flags. I am constantly getting more stuff in, so I usually post once or twice a week from my merch collection. Sometimes about shows if I've been to one recently and have pictures or videos to share. That sort of stuff. So if you're interested, my handle on there is the same as my YouTube channel. It is Rachel Reacts, but like I said, it will be in that link tree in the description. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.